Hold on. This is my constant companion, my shadow, my boy. Hello, love bug. How are you today? How are you today? Okay. I felt like we could all use a little Angus, so there's your Angus. A much needed little interruption to this video. But hello, friends and enemies. Did I fake you out? I might have faked you out a little bit there. I'm back. It's me, Isabel from Happy For Now. I hope you are feeling good, and I hope your summer is off to a okay start. I know everything's canceled, so as okay as it can be. I've got my book bullet journal, and I have a list I want to share with you. Bree from Bree Hill talked about 20 books for summer, and I decided to do the same because I'm not a TBR person, as you guys have seen. Baby Sleep for readathons is the limit of my TBRing because I just don't follow through. I have ADHD, and I also am 100% a rebel. So if you tell me I have to do something, I will not do it. I can't help it. It's like ingrained in me, and it's usually not a problem, but you know, it can be an issue at times. That's okay though, because we have our list of 20 books for summer. So I'm gonna run through all of these. I don't have full plot summaries. Some of them are just books my friends loved and I wanted to check out as well. And some of these are nonfiction around things going on right now with race and making sure I educate myself more than I already have with my online reading. All right, let's do this. First up, we have The Henna Wars by Adiba Jagardi. Fingers crossed I said that right. First of all, I love this cover. It is a female sapphic YA contemporary. I think it's YA. It might be middle grade. I'm not positive. But I love the cover. One of my friends sent me a whole tweet thread of her talking about this book and her journey to writing this book, and I just was like, I have to read it. I have to read it. I'm very simple when it comes to this stuff. I love anything sapphic. Possibly because it's part of my identity as well. Like, I know Angus is going in the laundry room. We're just gonna keep rolling. So, you know, it is what it is today. Next we have Just Mercy by Bryan Stevenson. He is a lawyer in the Deep South. He worked with all kinds of people who are in poverty and being targeted by the police, so racism. This one follows a case in Alabama, I believe. I literally just started the audiobook today when I'm filming this, so I'll have more thoughts soon. I've had this rec to me multiple times. There's also a movie, so maybe I'll read the book, watch the movie, cry a lot, because I already can tell I'm gonna be crying. That's what I do. Then they have two other nonfictions on this list. I'm going to read White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo. I've bought this book. I have said I'm gonna read it, and then COVID happened, and basically everything took a nosedive, and I'm just here knowing that I need to hold myself accountable to do more of this reading that I want to do. So I'm putting it on this list. I'm very excited to learn more. It's weird to say I'm excited to read these books because I know they're tackling hard topics, but I'm excited to learn more always. And you know, that's all you can do is keep learning more and do the messy work on yourself. That way you're not inflicting harm on others. And then we have Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall. Ashley over at Bookish Realm recently read this and was posting up some great highlights from it, and it was on my radar to eventually get to, and I was like, you know what, we're gonna get to it this summer. Let's do it. Let's dive in. It sounds right up my alley because I am super feminist, as you probably know if you watch my channel. Yeah. Then we're getting into all of my fiction picks. This is definitely a romance heavy list, so don't be surprised. First up, we have Irresistible by Melanie Harlow. I am picking this because Bree and a bunch of other girls in the romance booktubers chat talk about Melanie Harlow and have loved on her. I actually have candles inspired by her books that I've never read. They just smelled really good at the event I was at, so I bought them. Yeah, so Irresistible, I know, is about a nanny, and the father to the girls, he's a nanny too. That's all I got. They all love her. I'm very excited to dive in, like super excited. All right, and then we have a new thriller from a romance author. So hopefully, because it's Alyssa Cole, I don't feel like I'm gonna feel wronged by this, because I did not love Nalini Singh's thriller, A Madness of Sunshine. But I did, I guess it's literally in the middle of the tripod. But I do think Alyssa Cole is gonna knock this out of the park. So I'm going to read When No One Was Watching, or When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. I have an arc of this, so I should be able to get to it this summer. Next I have I'll Be the One by Lila Lee. This is a debut about a Korean girl competing for K-pop. And I think it has like romance and contemporary, and it is a fat heroine, and I'm so excited. I got an arc for this too. I cannot wait to dive in. Let's see. You know, instead of saying I got an arc, I'm just gonna put like down below if I have arcs for these, so that it's not like, so we're just being transparent. Next we have Take a Hint, Dani Brown by Talia Hibbert. This book, I cannot wait. So I got an arc of this pretty early, and I was like, I have to wait because I didn't want to read it before everyone else and not be able to be part of the conversation. So it's gonna happen, and I truly love this series by Talia, so she can pretty much do no wrong in my book. I mean, I've had books of hers I don't love, but generally speaking, I've never like one-starred one of her books. Next we have You Had Me at Hola by Alexis Daria, who I've only read, I think, one of her books, which is the Dance Off series, which I loved. Oh my gosh, that book's so good, and I need to finish that series, but I loved it so much I didn't want to finish the series. I do this all the time, so I didn't want to have nothing to read by her. But then I read about this book, and it's about two telenovela actors who are working together, and they're like practicing their lines and all this stuff and trying to like have chemistry together, so when they're on screen they have chemistry and things go awry. I cannot wait. And this illustrated cover is everything. I love it so much. It like totally makes me think telenovela. Next we have Eleanor and Gray by Brittany C. Cherry. So this is for all of the romance booktuber people, everyone on that hashtag. I feel like everyone's read Brittany C. Cherry and I have not. So I thought, let's dive in. Let's give it a go. I feel like it's gonna be emotional, so I'll buffer some of these emotional ones with some fluffier books. Next we have Indigo by Beverly Jenkins. So I want to read all of Beverly Jenkins' backlist desperately. Like I really do. I'm taking my time, kind of, but not because I also just want to read them all. So I've decided finally like to dive in, and I'm gonna start with Indigo. I think it was her first book ever published, but I'm not positive. I know that it came out in the 90s. Let's see. Then we have White Whiskey Bargain by Jody Slaughter, which I've talked about on my channel multiple times, and I still haven't read it, and it's like really ridiculous. My parents live in Kentucky, and we love bourbon, so you would think I would want to read this, but here I am. Next we have the Tangled Web series by Letha Romick. So I just grouped all three of these because most likely if I start one, I'm gonna finish them all. And this is the last of the Web of Desires, the Chicago outfit that is published currently. So I really want to dive into that ASAP so that I'm ready in the fall when the new series starts. Next we have Archangel's Kiss by Nalini Singh. So I read the first Guild Hunters book this year, I think, or late last year, and I haven't continued the series because, as we know, I am bad at continuing series, so I'm trying to work on that. Working on that is putting this book on a list and hopefully reading it. Look, something has to guilt me into reading these books in the next 90 days. Like, there's no reason, so that's why it's here. It's not like I didn't want to pick it up, because I do, so you know, why not? Then we have another series I have been reading, The Devil in Spring by Lisa Kleypas. This is book 3 in the Ravenels. I know nothing. I'm excited. I really like Lisa Kleypas. She is definitely like a palate cleanser author for me, so that's why she's on the list. Next, oh, this book. I just got the arc of it, and I was so sad at first because I didn't have an arc of it, and then it popped up and I requested it and they sent it to me, and I was so freaking happy, y'all. Like, I was very worried because I cannot wait. It's Hairpin Curves by Elia Winters, or Winter. I don't remember if she has an S or not, and I think I wrote an S, but I didn't double check myself. Anyways, this is another sapphic sapphic novel on the Karina Adores line, which I will be reviewing on my channel as I finish them. You'll see this video and then you'll have one of those coming like super soon with some LGBTQ IAP plus reads happening. Anyways, I'm just so excited for this. I really like her on Twitter, and she does this amazing thing on her blog. Every Christmas, or last Christmas at least, she did 12 days of something fun that I'm not going to say because I don't want to get like dinged by YouTube for saying something I shouldn't, but just go look it up. Next, I have Magic Bites by Alona Andrews, which is the first book in the Kate Daniels series. This will be my third time reading it or listening to it. I think I own all of them on audio at this point, so I'm pretty well prepped to start diving in for a reread, which I've discussed in my comments with some of you. And I've mentioned it before other places that I really want to reread this series. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start. I'm going to try and read one a month. It's going to take forever, but we'll see. Some months I might read more. Next, we have American Fairy Tale by Adriana Herrera. I bought all of these and I still haven't read them. Again, I have a problem, and it's called not reading the books I buy and then buying more books. I cannot wait to read this. This is a male-male romance set in Albany, New York, and the first book was around a food truck, so I'm very curious to see how this one plays out. Next, we have The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. This will be my first TJ Klune. I'm also very excited about this, but I've heard it's like a magical like foster home of sorts, and it's like a soft love story, and you know, kind of wayward children-esque. So I'm in. I'm curious. And then the last but not least is Deal with the Devil by Kit Rocha, which comes out at the end of July. I have an ARC. I've had an ARC for a while. I need to read it. I have it pre-ordered. I gotta do it. Like, I just have to commit and read this book. I'm like not torn because I really want to read it, but I'm excited. So that is my 20 books for summer. Expect, you know, some updates in my like last 10 I read probably. I don't think I'll vlog these. If there's any specific ones I listed that you want me to do a vlog on or like a dedicated review, let me know. I'm happy to. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you're participating in the 20 books for summer and one of your picks if you are, or which one of these you want me to think I should read the soonest. I will be back in just a few days with another video. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Give this one a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Bye. This is how I film like 99.9% of my videos, with him directly in the middle of my tripod.